Dude, what the fuck happened? 38-3. See, if I heard that score coming into the game, I thought the Packers would have dicked on the Saints. Aaron would have like 4 touchdowns. He is coming off a very, very weird offseason. So I'm thinking, okay, Aaron Rodgers' revenge tour. I even tweeted it out before the game saying that Aaron Rodgers' revenge tour starts in an hour and a half. And then I even got more cocky. Vikings are getting dicked on the Bengals. Packers are dead as about to run away with this division. And then it just backfired on me. It just backfired on me. Now I look like a fucking idiot. But alright, let's talk about week 1. We'll make this a weekly thing. I thought it'd be fun to talk about the Packers, the ups, the downs. This could really bring out my cocky side, or it could really bring out my depression. We'll see what happens. But either way, 38-3. Not much more to say. The game was played in Florida. For whatever reason, Aaron Rodgers sucks in warm weather states. Florida, California. He's terrible. Absolutely terrible. It showed today. 15 for 28, 133 yards, and 2 interceptions, man. He had 4 all of last year? He was terrible today. And then you had the whole offseason drama. You got Aaron Rodgers talking about how he wants to be more on personnel changes. He wants to be more involved with the front office. He basically wants a power position. That's fine. He's an MVP. That's awesome. You do that. You make the offseason all about you. Whatever. Come out, ball out. This dude looked like he hasn't picked up a fucking football since the NFC Championship game debacle. He was terrible. And then the guy that we drafted to replace him that he was bitching about, he said he wasn't upset about, but let's be real. Aaron was pissed that we drafted Jordan Love. He came out and he was 10 times better than you. He had half as many yards as he did in 21 less throwing attempts. So Aaron Rodgers, absolutely terrible. And then where the fuck was the running game? We ran the ball a total of, 15 times? Dude. And then it gets even worse. Receiving weapons, I felt like we barely had the ball. Devontae Adams had 5 receptions for 56 yards. So that's an off night for him. And then after that, we had one guy with over 20 yards, dude. It was just a mess all around. And then, don't even get me started with defense. We'll get to that in a second. Now let's look at the fucking Saints. Jameis Winston, who is coming out replacing a future Hall of Famer in Drew Brees, was 14 for 20, 148 yards. That's 148 yards and 20 attempts is not a lot. But he had 5 fucking touchdowns because we couldn't stop the guy. To make matters worse, Alvin Kamara ran down our dicks with 20 carries, 83 yards, and then whoever this guy is had 11 carries for 50 yards. So simple to say, our defense, we could not get a stop to save our life. Deontay Harris just proved how big of a bum Kevin King is. Kevin King he's god-awful. Why we brought him back instead of signing a cheap veteran corner, I don't know. Kevin King just proved he's worthless. And then there's not a lot of good things to say about what happened, besides the fact that Jordan Love came in, and even though there were 2 turnovers, he fumbled once, and then I think Kerryon Hill fumbled once. He at least looked decent throwing the ball, so that's good to see. He threw a dot to Randall Cobb for his only reception of the game. The guy that Aaron Rodgers claimed he needed to have had 1 reception, and it wasn't even from Aaron, so thanks for that. But let's bitch a little bit more. Let's get into the defensive side of things. So last year, the Packers were a top 10 defense. A lot of fans, including myself, wanted to fire Mike Pettin just because he wasn't getting us over the hump. I felt like our defense was a lot worse than what it actually was, even though it was pretty good and whatever. That's fine. But then you get a guy who was the defensive coordinator. I think it was the defensive coordinator of an 0-16 fucking Lions team. Why are you bringing a guy whose defense couldn't get you 1 win and you're trying to have this guy lead you over the hump? Dude, and it proved we couldn't get a stop. We allowed 38 points to a team trying to replace a Hall of Famer. And they're not even playing at home. They're playing in freaking Florida. Let's see. We had no sacks. Not a single sack whatsoever. No picks. Jameis had, it felt like all time in the world. Out of his 20 throws, he only had 6 incompletions. So that is a 70% completion percentage for 150 yards and 5 touchdowns. On top of that, obviously, they ran the ball very effectively as well. So there's not a lot to take away from this game that was good. We sucked. But granted, it is the first game of the regular season, and it's coming off a very weird offseason. You got Aaron Rodgers, who, let's face it, this is his last year no matter what he says. Devontae Adams, also probably his last year, and he's trying to work out a contract extension, but that won't probably happen. Just a lot was going on, and it seemed like coming into this game that they'd be fired up, they'd be hungry. Nope, it was just god-awful. And to make matters worse, we're going to go into this message here. And then Aaron Rodgers, this is how bad he was. Passer rating if thrown into the dirt every play, 39.6. Aaron Rodgers passer rating for Saints, 32.8. He would have had a 7 better passer rating by throwing the ball into the ground every single play. That's how bad he was today. But let's try to remain positive. First off, let's check what the score of the Bears game is. The Bears are playing the Rams. I don't foresee them winning the game. The Rams are up 20-14 in the third quarter. Let's say the Bears lose, just because that's what I think is going to happen. The Vikings lost, the Lions lost, and the Packers lost. And frankly, none of those teams looked good today. Weirdly enough, the Bears probably looked the best. And I just don't think the Bears are a playoff caliber team, even if they bring Justin Fields out there. So the division is still the Packers. Even though they have a really tough schedule and they looked bad, let's remember the Packers and Aaron play god-awful in warm weather states for whatever reason. And luckily, our home games aren't played in Florida, and neither are none of our NFC games. There was just a lot of transition. None of the starters played in the preseason whatsoever, so this is their first time out there in real game action. You got a new defensive coordinator, and oftentimes it takes a little bit to get up the pace and get all the plays and everything set up the way you want them. And the Saints, frankly, they are good. Even though they lost Breeze, Jameis Winston is a good-ass quarterback, and I bet you he will be better than what Drew Brees was last year. Yeah, he doesn't always make the best decisions, but he's still young. He's got a shit ton of weapons on the Saints team. And frankly, the Saints, along with the Packers and the Buccaneers, I think are going to compete to represent in the Super Bowl. Those are my 3 teams that I think will make it deep in the playoffs. I don't know, man. I want to try talking something good, but there just isn't much to take away from this game. We really did nothing. We didn't run the ball effectively. Jordan Love was our only thing to kind of look forward to with 1 dot to Randall Cobb. Other than that, a lot of work on, but like I said, it's only week 1. A lot of time still left in the season. Obviously, it's a 17-game season now, so we'll take this 1 L, and we play the Lions on Monday night. Granted, the Lions usually play us pretty good. It's still the freaking Lions. We'll win on a field goal or some bullshit that we'll get bitched about on Twitter or some. Granted, we should be able to beat the Lions on Monday. I hope so. If we start 0-2, then we can start to worry a little bit. But anyways, boys, I just want to do this weekly, talk about the game, and see what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comment section anything good, positive vibes in the comment section about what you could take away from this game that you actually like, because I'm having a real hard time, and I need some positivity about this, so let me know. And if you're not a Packers fan, just let me know if your team won this week. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.